Hello, this is Dr. Dolopo, and today we're going to talk about something pretty heavy. So, this is going to be about trauma, any kind of abuse that you or someone you know you love or know, just even if it's an acquaintance, but especially if it's you, about any kind of abuse, verbal abuse, but especially physical or sexual abuse, or any kind of trauma that you've gone through. I just want to share that I'm not a licensed clinical therapist. You need to do your talk therapy, your therapy work with someone who is either a licensed clinician in regards to talk therapy, your psychotherapist, your psychiatrist. Those people are professionally trained on how to take care of your mental health. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because as someone who's been practicing Chinese medicine for the last 25 years, this medicine has helped me tremendously. Talk therapy has also been a part of my life. I can tell you that this type of energetic healing has been a tremendous asset in my healing when it comes to certain types of trauma that I had in my life. I'm not going to use this video as a platform to talk about my health, my life, about what I went through. What I do want to share is that an incident occurred this morning, and my husband asked me to consider doing a healing workshop for those who've been traumatized from some kind of action, especially an incident that may have happened to them, or it was a recurring situation, such as ongoing sexual abuse or physical abuse, or if you survived some kind of trauma. And this is not only for women, this is also for men. I want to share to those people who, doesn't matter what age, okay? Well, first of all, we'll be doing a healing workshop. For those of you who are who've experienced sexual abuse, it is not your fault. Do not let anyone gaslight you. If someone says, well, I wouldn't have done it if you didn't do this, I just learned the word gaslighting maybe 5 or so years ago. And if someone has violated you and they're making you feel like it's your fault, that is called gaslighting. That's an example. Okay, so what I just want to share from this video is that although I'm not a licensed therapist, there are some tools, some books, some audios, some specific tools that have been paramount in my healing process. These tools have helped me heal from panic attacks, anxiety, depression. Acupuncture is a huge component of my healing process. So what I would like to do is take my husband's advice and create for our community here in Southern California, here specifically in my healing office in Laguna Hills at Elements in Harmony Acupuncture and Chinese Herbs, a healing gathering for people any age. It's probably going to be more so teenagers and adults. But I want people to feel welcome, men and women, boys and girls. I want you to feel welcome and ask me what I've done to heal. If you need a therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a therapist to talk to, I have many of those people, and ensure your insurance, or you can go on Yelp, or ask people around you, and you contact me. You can text me. I'll give you free referrals. 619-341-4341. Text me and I'll give you the referrals. But in regards to outside of talk therapy, there are things that I've done and that I continue to do to stay healed. When you've gone through trauma in your past, when I say graduate from mental health issues, I mean graduate. So this picture, that family that you see, that was a goal of mine. It is work to cultivate great relationships within your family. It is work to create a business where people come in and love you and are willing to pay you and trust in you to take care of their health. I don't take any of these for granted. I don't take my family for granted. I don't take the patients I have for granted. I don't take my students for granted. Because of Zoom, I have students around the world. I don't take any of that for granted, because cultivating relationships is one of the most important things that you can do, and it is part of your healing process. There are some of you who have held onto your pain, and some of you who are doing therapy, but you're not being 100% honest with your therapist. There are some of you who won't go to therapy because you're not ready yet. So maybe this workshop can be very helpful. It'll be a gathering where I'm just going to share what I've done to heal myself so that I can have a true life of authenticity, not just normalcy, but authenticity, where I can be my best, I can perform my best, I can give my best to life. I can live and not feel like life is passing me by. I am so happy to share that my journey started when I was 17 years old in this healing, energetic healing. And it just happened. I was at University of San Francisco, and a required course for every freshman was what I didn't know at the time, some kind of personal growth class. And that then started a whole path, a whole journey of learning how to love myself, learning how to accept health, learning how to accept love and not self-sabotage, not sabotage relationships. And it was a lot of trial and error. The healing process was not like this. It was a lot of this to get to the point where I can completely accept myself. I can completely accept others without judging them, without expecting more from them, with just allowing them to be who they are and not carrying resentment. That is the biggest thing. If I were to be completely honest, some of the biggest health issues, some of the greatest health issues that I see, that I've been in practice since 1999, some of the greatest things, health issues that I see are caused by people who have had unresolved issues within their family. And that can be from trauma. And that word trauma has been coming up, especially in the past month. And today, I saw someone that I hadn't seen in a long time, and she told me about an incident with someone in her life, and who's near and dear to her. And she told me the story. And I want you to know that no one should ever make it seem like it's your fault that they hit you. It's your fault that they molested you. It's your fault that they raped you. It's your fault. It's not your fault, okay? It's until you really learn certain tools that you can use every day so that you can breathe naturally. Not learning, okay, I'm going to learn how to breathe right now. We may have to go through an acute phase where you're in, like I have to do what I got to do to survive right now. That's survival mode. But when we can reprogram your body, mind, and spirit, especially your brain, with the powers of Chinese medicine, in my practice, I'm not going to speak for other acupuncturists. I can only share what I've done for myself to heal. I can only share what I've done for myself to get my brain to a place where I can listen without being judgmental, without being restricted, without being resistant to change, to healing. I've had to read a lot of books, do a lot of different types of therapy, not just talk therapy, but different types of therapy. And just practice things that are just really outside the box, and think outside the box in order to achieve what my goal was initially, which was to heal, to be able to look people in the eye and really honestly say how I feel without fear of repercussions. Being able to speak my truth, being able to be conscientious of other people's feelings, and not, well, I don't care how they feel. I'm just going to say what I want. it's important to be empathetic, and there's a time to be sympathetic. So I'm not going to put the date and the time here because I'd like to reuse this video. We'll see how it goes. It was my husband's idea that I conduct a healing workshop that can be very beneficial for many of you. Again, I am not a licensed clinical therapist, okay? So if you need talk therapy, you need to seek a therapist, all right? But if you'd like to participate in a gathering where I can share with you some of the tools that I myself have used for myself to heal from some of the abuse that I've mentioned earlier, then please text me at 619-341-4341. You can call the office. That landline always goes to my cell phone, 949-305-1703. My cell phone is a business line, so you can text it anytime. If this is something where you're in a trauma state or whatever, that's really when you need to call 911 or, talk to your psychiatrist, talk to your psychologist. I'm promoting a gathering where I can share with you what I've gone through to heal. And if what I'm sharing with you resonates, this could be the gateway towards your next step in life. And if you need really great therapists to talk to so you can really share how you feel in a safe setting with a therapist, I have those people. The intention of this healing workshop will be for me to share with you my experiences and the tools that I've used to heal from anxiety and depression and stress and mental health issues so I can live my best life. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine. I'm a board certified and a licensed acupuncturist. If it matters, I do practice martial arts. I'm a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've done other types of martial arts throughout my life. I'm a violinist. I have 3 amazing kids. They're 19 and a half. Well, she'll be 20 in May. I have a 13 and a half year old, and I have a 6-year-old. I had my surprise 6-year-old when I was 43 years old. I believe I'm in tremendous health. Everything's great. I'm 50. I feel alive. I don't feel numb. I don't get triggered by, like the thing that happened this morning when I heard about what happened. Did I get angry for that child? Yeah, I did, because I found out some things that, that person's religious affiliation didn't believe her. When you are speaking your truth and people don't believe you, that might be of concern to you. If the people you're seeking help from don't listen to you or don't believe you, you don't need to blame them. You just might want to move on from them. Something to consider. That's just my piece of advice. You don't have to take it. But if I told certain people and they said, no, you're not right, but I know what happened, I probably need to find a different affiliation or different friends. Or, try to expand my network. If you're talking to a licensed therapist or whatever, and they start suggesting things that aren't true or may seem completely irrelevant to the case, like suggesting, well, you were, abused, so maybe you're gay or transgender. That has nothing to do with it. I did hear about that, and when you're violated, that has nothing to do with you being whatever your sexual orientation is. If someone violates you, that's that person's irresponsibility and illegal action, okay? So whatever happened to me, it's not because of my sexual orientation. That person crossed the line, and that's something that needs to be, shared with the police. It needs to be shared with your therapist. It needs to be shared, and you need to document it, and you need to tell the authorities, okay? This gathering will be a private event, and it will be something where everyone feels safe. And I will recommend that you do talk with authorities, okay? And being a licensed, a professional in healthcare, I may have to share certain things if I know you haven't told. I'd have to follow certain guidelines in regards to the law. So contact me, 619-341-4341. If you are interested, you can text that number, and I want to make sure that people know what I've done to heal emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, and be able to be married for 21 years to an amazing guy, have 3 incredible children, and have my faith and my, what I believe in, my own faith. All faiths are welcome, okay? All religious practices are welcome. All, everyone should feel safe here, okay? All right, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great, great day.